What's up, YouTube? So, in this video, I'm going to be going over some of my on last night's game against the Bills and this Tua situation. I meant to do this last night, but honestly, after the game, I just didn't have it in me. I was too damn depressed. Not so much about the loss, but about losing Tua. Then, I also had work in the morning, so I just went to bed after the game. But I just got off of work. So I'll start off talking about the game, and then I'll talk about Tua. The defense, or the Dolphins' defense played actually okay. I think they got extremely tired and gassed because the offense wasn't moving. And I know Tua got hurt, but he didn't play well. It wasn't all on him, obviously. Mike McDaniel definitely didn't help things. He wasn't able to get Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle open. And also, our wide receiver depth is garbage. Well, not really. Actually, we had tons of receivers. They're just all fucking hurt. Malik Washington, Taj Washington, both rookie receivers are injured. Taj Washington is on IR. Odell Beckham, obviously, is hurt. And so is Robert Craycraft. So we're in a really rough situation there. I understand that. Grant DeBose, Tua hit him right in the goddamn shoulder and didn't even pay attention to the ball. That got picked. Robbie Chosen, who I don't know why we keep giving him opportunities, he stopped before his route was over, and that got picked off. Tua, his third pick, I don't know what the fuck he was thinking with that. I don't know if that... I assume that was meant to be thrown away, but good God, just take the sack at that point. Jesus. Devon Achane played pretty damn well in the run and receiving game. He was really the only bright spot. Jonnu Smith played okay too. Six catches for 53 yards. But Devon Achane, though, 22 carries, 96 yards, 7 catches for 69 receiving yards. So, and a receiving touchdown. So Devon Achane played fantastic despite being hurt. Jonnu Smith played all right too. And like I said, our defense, I think, actually played pretty well. Calais Campbell made some big plays. There were some other, players that made some big plays. But I just think our defense got really tired with the offense not being able to do anything. And it is Josh Allen on the other side at the end of the day. But we lost Tua. He went down with another concussion, and now we don't know what the future holds. I don't know if he's going to play again. If he is going to play again, how long is he out? There's so much we got to figure out there. But first, I want to talk about Chris Grier. This is on him. Us Dolphins fans have been talking about how bad we need offensive line since before. Like, we've always been saying that. The vast majority of us. And he just doesn't care. He even said out loud in an interview, I'm not as worried about the offensive line as you guys are. Well, when he started saying those things, I kept saying all these years that you're not going to care about the offensive line until you're scraping our running backs and Tua off the turf. Well, Tua's career might be fucking over. And Raheem Mostert's out. Devon Achane is hurt. Like, what the fuck is your problem? Get an offensive line. And the fact that Mike McDaniel and Tua have had to completely shape their game and this offense based on our offensive line being bad. Our whole offense is predicated on Tua getting rid of the ball as quickly and efficiently as possible. Which, fair enough. If you can do it. But at some point, someone is going to cover your number one and two option. Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill were not available much in that game against the Bills. And Tua was having to look toward his lesser receivers. And he didn't have time to do it because our offensive line is bad. It got made worse because, Rob Jones and Teron Armstead got hurt. But guess what? They're both injury prone. You knew that going into the season. You've known that going into the last couple of seasons. You knew that when you went and got Teron Armstead that he was injury prone. And yet we have not only do we not have depth, but on the interior we don't even have starters. Aaron Brewer, our starting center, is trash. He is. He can't pass block. He's a decent run blocker, but he can't pass block because he's not powerful. And even in the run, he's only effective in this type of scheme, a zone run scheme. Our offensive line was already bad. Then they let go. Then they let Robert Hunt and Connor Williams walk without really replacing them. Well, you might have just lost your quarterback, and it should be a fireable offense. I can't stand Chris Grier. I've been on that train. He's great at trades. That is the only thing he is good at. Because even with free agency, he really only signs injury-prone players. Like that's his thing. Mike McDaniel loves speed. Chris Grier loves injury-prone guys. That's what it is. I do get it. I do get why. Because you want a talented player for cheap. I understand. But still. I mean, a couple risks make sense. But, I mean, David Long, Teron Armstead, Odell Beckham. I mean, Raheem Mostert, even when we signed him. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it really is. But as far as the Tua situation goes and what we should do, I mean, we really got to wait and see what's exactly going to happen. Is he going to retire? Is he going to if he doesn't retire, is he going to miss significant time? I mean, if he's not going to miss a whole lot of time, then we got to sign somebody. I mean, we do have a practice squad quarterback, but he's not great. So I imagine that we'll be signing someone. Tim Boyle is our practice squad quarterback. I don't really want to go into very many games with Skylar Thompson and Tim Boyle as our quarterback room. But, I mean, if he's only going to miss a couple of games or something, then that's fine, I suppose. But if he's going to miss any significant time, then I think we're going to have to look at a veteran. And Ryan Tannehill is available. I don't love that idea, but it's better than Skylar Thompson. Man. We might have really set our franchise back by a few years if Tua's done. The thing is, we paid him all this money. You would think you would protect your investment, but they weren't interested. And now they're scraping him off the turf, and he might never play again. Now, as far as the injury itself, don't get it twisted. That was Tua's fault. But the hits he was taking prior that made him feel that desperation to try to make a big play, that's not fully on him. Some of it is because he wasn't playing great, but still, the offensive line was awful. And with that offensive line, it was only a matter of time before he got hurt again. Now, did the offensive line tell Tua to run headfirst into Damar Hamlin? No, probably not. And the crazy thing is, too, when you watch it, he could have just went left, and he actually might have been even able to get a couple more yards that way. He would have went down in a normal tackle, and it probably would have been fine. He could have slid, and it should have been fine. Really do anything except dive head first into the safety. But either way, we're going to have to deal with this situation. It really fucking sucks. It really does. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as film this week. Part of me doesn't even want to. Part of me just wants to move forward into the next game. I'm going to be honest. Who the hell do we even play next? Let me Google this. I memorized their schedule before the season, but holy shit, dude. Miami Dolphins schedule. I'm just Googling it real quick. Luckily, we got Seattle next. Okay. And we're going to Seattle. The one benefit is that this game was a Thursday night, so we have practically a bye week. We have a couple extra days to figure out what the hell we're going to do to get, Tua's concussion diagnosed. If we do have to bring in another quarterback, we can do so. Yeah. That's the only positive. But anyway, that's going to be it for this video. If you liked it, I would appreciate hitting that like button. Have any questions or comments in the comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.